Hello friends and fashion lovers, welcome and welcome back. Thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Esther and I'll be showing you how to make this lovely wrap dress. To get started, I'll be using a sleeve pattern and a bodice pattern, which the link will be in the description box. You can use any fabric of your choice, but I'm using this thick chiffon fabric. I have gone ahead and traced out my pattern from the shoulder to the waist on another fresh pattern paper. So I have done that for the back and for the front. For the back, other than the necessary neck adjustments, which I didn't do but I did later, it's just basically to cut it on fold. I'll be cutting my back on fold. If you followed along the tutorial of how to draft a bodice pattern or a dress block, you would notice that I didn't add any seaming allowance. So please do well to add seaming allowance before cutting out your pattern, or you remember to add your seaming allowance while cutting it on the fabric. That being said, the back is just cut on fold and nothing else. But for the front, you will need your full bodice pattern. So you do well to trace your pattern, flip it out and trace. So I'm going to be making adjustment to the neckline. So right here, I'm just going ahead to widen the neckline by 2.5 centimeters, which is 1 inch. Since I had used a standard neckline, you could do more or less depending on your preference. Then for the overlap, it's all up to you to determine how much you want the overlap to be. But as a rule of thumb, you could just fold your bodice in half and find the midpoint of 1/2 of your bodice. And that is what I'm using for my overlap. So at that point, I'm going up by 2 inches, that is 5 centimeters, which is going to be the width of my belt. So whatever width you desire for your belt, do well to go up by that. Mine is 2 inches and I'm going to connect it to the neckline. Since I'm not planning on wearing a camisole under this dress, I am just going to mark a neck depth, which will be a guide for my curve. So I'm just going to mark my desired neck depth here. This is all up to you. I am just going to use that as a guide. You could use a curve ruler or a stretch one. So I'm just going to be using a stretch ruler to mark out my neckline. So at this point, you can go ahead and add your seaming allowance. The neckline already includes a seaming allowance, so I won't be adding a seaming allowance along the neckline. So I'll just cut out my pattern at this point and continue with the necessary adjustments. So right here on the neckline, to prevent gapping, since I told you I wouldn't be wearing a camisole, so I'm going to find the midpoint of that neckline. So at that midpoint, I am going to mark a dot of 0.5 centimeters by 10 centimeters. So you can mark up to 1 centimeter for your dot. So depending on the kind of fabric you are using, then with that, I'm just going to basically close my bust dot and I'm going to close the neckline dot. So after closing my bust line dot and my neckline dot, I'm just going to cut the remaining part of my pattern as normal. Right here, I'm going to use my pattern and cut my fabric. Please don't forget to cut mirror image. You can flip it over and cut. So right here to my back, I have made the neck width adjustments. So the neck width has to be the same as the front so that it can rhyme. Then with that, I've also added my seaming allowance while cutting it out. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please just click on that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. For my front, because of the texture of my fabric, I decided to have an open dart. don't worry, I've got you covered. For a beginner, what you just do with your darts is just pop a piece of paper under that. I mentioned during the drafting of the bodice that a dressmaker's dart starts 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters away from the bust point, so you do well to just connect. Don't worry, it will just get to the dart leg, and that is just basically it. That is just the adjustment. You don't need to have an open dart like me. Now to the sleeve, you just decide where you want your sleeve to be. I want a long sleeve, so I added 3 inches to my long sleeve just because I want a little bit of bubble. Then I go ahead and just stamp the down part of my sleeve. So this part is just like a freehand, but you just use your sleeve head curve as a guide. So I also make sure that from the folded edge I place the pattern 2.5 inches away, and on top I have about 1 inch on top, just because I want a bit of a gather, a bit of a puff there. And just you go ahead and cut. But if you need a detailed tutorial on the sleeve, let me know. I will definitely make one, but it's very easy if you can just slow down and just see what I do. I'll be using elastic at the down part of my sleeve. With the sleeve being cut out, here are all my pieces. I have the bodice piece and the back piece. I cut 2 pieces for the back because I'm using the same fabric as a lining, and for the front I have 4 pieces for the front because I'm going to be having an overlap and I'm going to be lining with the same fabric as well. So this is it. You want to do well to cut mirroring each other because you'll be having an overlap. This is my skirt, which I'll talk about it later. This is my sleeve, which elastic will go on it, and this is my belt, that's my wrap. So right here on my bodice, I am going to go ahead and stitch my darts. Please do well to mark out your darts and stitch your darts, both for your front and for the back. It's important you do this. After stitching your dart, you will do well to place the back and the front right side facing, and you stitch it along the shoulder. And you're doing this both for the outer, the shelf fabric, and the lining, which my own case is the same. After stitching it along the shoulder and you have probably stitched your dart in place, it's time to stitch this bodice together by the side. So you're going to place right side facing and stitch the side, but before stitching the side, let's create a channel for our belt to pass through. So you want to place your bodice the way you would want it to overlap, whether you want it to overlap to the right or to the left, just place it that way. Now go ahead and mark 1 inch away from the down part. You know you'll be stitching to the skirt with half an inch, so mark 1 inch away from there, and also mark 1.5 inches. This will be for the belt outlet. My belt width is 2 inches, so I'm marking 1.5. You want it lesser than your belt width. Now I'm going to go ahead and stitch, leaving open the 1.5 inch that I marked. My belt is 5 inches by 1.5 times the waist measurement. So my round waist measurement times 1.5, that's the length of my belt. So I'm just going to place it right side facing, and I'm going to stitch it and turn it out because it's going right here on my bodice. So don't forget that you'll be stitching the side of the bodice, leaving opening of 1.5 inches if your belt width is going to be 2 inches. So this is my sleeve. For this sleeve, I have 2 pieces of it, and I'm going to stitch close the side of the sleeve and also create a channel for my elastic. And the width of my elastic, or the length of my elastic, is going to be determined by my wrist measurement. This is my skirt piece, and it's just a rectangle that the width is just my round waist measurement times 2, because I will be gathering it. But before then, I'm going to hem the side, which will be showing in the overlap, and I'll go ahead and gather it and also hem the other part of the side. So this is my bodice and this is the sleeve. So I've installed the elastic, so I'm going to go ahead and gather the upper part of the sleeve and I'll stitch it to the bodice. For my belt, I have stitched and I've turned it out right side out, so it's time for me to stitch the belt to my bodice. So I'm just going to pin it in place so that you see. So exactly where I've pinned it is where I'm going to be stitching. So for my lining piece, I'm placing it right side facing. Just make sure that my belt is sandwiched in between. I'm going to match the shoulder seams and I'm going to make sure everything aligns properly and neatly. I'll be stitching this neckline as well as my sleeve, and this is it right here. This is how it looks. So I finished it. For my sleeve, I used a French seam because I am not overlocking this piece. So this is how it looks. It's a French seam that is used. And for the 1.5 opening I asked you to leave earlier on, this is it right here. It is where the belt will pass through. So this is it. I'm yet to stitch both of them together. So I'm just going to quickly pass my belt through there so that you see this is how it's going to look at the end of the day. But for now, I am just going to quickly go stitch the down part of my skirt to the bodice so it can be a whole dress. So of course, you know you're placing it right side facing. So I'm just going to place this right side facing and I'm going to stitch this in place. After joining the skirt to the bodice, I've gone ahead and hemmed the down part of my dress, and this is the finished dress. Thank you for watching to this point. If this tutorial was helpful in any way or any form, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do well to click that subscribe button. See you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.